Morning guys, welcome. Thanks for joining. So we have a Hatha class today, working with alignment, working with the standing poses, some of them or most of them sideways on your mat. So let's see how we go. You can start seated, sitting cross legs. Let's roll shoulders back and down, sitting nice and tall. Let's just start to settle into the body. We'll take a nice long inhale. Exhale, sigh. Two more like that. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Last one. Inhale. Exhale and sigh. And then you can just settle into your seated position. We'll start with Jnana Mudra with the hand position. Index finger and thumb to touch. Resting backs of hands onto thighs. If you want, you can turn your hands downwards onto your legs. Just making small adjustments to shoulders. You can give the head a nice little shake, releasing any tension. And from there, coming back to center. Just lowering your gaze a tiny bit. And start to blink slowly, adjusting your eyesight, letting the vision become a little unfocused. When you're ready, closing your eyes. Just allow yourself to settle in, arriving on your mat, arriving in your body. Just checking in. Can you relax the shoulders and the face just a tiny bit? Slow the breath. And just start to follow the breath from nostrils to chest. And back out. A few slow breaths. Become aware of the movements of your rib cage, opening up with each inhale and slowly relaxing and contracting with each exhale. See if we can deepen and lengthen the breath without forcing. Allow belly to rise and fall. And now we work with equal breathing, inhaling for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. Just take a few moments to settle into your breathing. Slow and even. If your breath allows, body allows, you can lengthen your inhale for a count of 5. And exhale for a count of 5. Not forcing. A few more rounds. Make this your last one. And then just return to a natural breath. So Now with today's class, we're focusing on Ashteya, the third yama in Patanjali's 8-limbed path. Ashteya meaning non-stealing. Now on a very obvious level, we know that we shouldn't take things that are not ours. But also it can be translated into avoiding taking what isn't ours or what is not freely given. Could be time, love, attention, or even resources, earth's resources. So asking if I am giving as much as I am taking. Ashteya asks that we take only what is offered and use only what we need. So now when you're ready, you can release your fingers. You can start to tip your chin to your chest as you stretch your fingers and wiggle, turning hands onto thighs, and then blinking eyes, adjusting eyesight to light. And when you're ready, we'll lift the chin and we'll roll the shoulders back and down. Nice. Once you're sitting nice and tall, we'll twist. So right hand behind you, left hand to the right thigh. We lengthen as we inhale. Exhale, we twist. Just keep the spine long and shoulders relaxed. One more breath. Just a gentle twist to start off. Inhale slowly to center, roll the shoulders back, and then we take left hand behind, right hand to the thigh. Growing tall again as we inhale. Exhale, slowly twist to your left. Just a gentle twist again. And slowly back to center. Good, let's lengthen again. We're going to slowly hinge forward as you step your hands onto the mat or the floor in front of you, walking the hands a little away. And again, just having a little compassion. We are still cold, so nothing too extreme. Keeping buttocks on the floor and hinging a little forward as you walk your hands just a tiny bit forward. 2 breaths. You're going to slowly walk your hands over towards the left or your right side, keeping the left hip on the mat. Just again, stay for 2 breaths. Roll your shoulders away from your ears and shoulder blades in towards each other as you broaden your back. Slowly take your right hand in line with your hip, and then we're going to pivot. Bring your left arm over your head as you lift your chest forward into a side stretch. Left hip stays on the mat. You can bend your right elbow if body allows, or otherwise you stay upright. Just give the side body a nice stretch. Let's exhale, bring the hands down to the floor, walk the hands to the center, stay for a breath. And then all the way over to your left. Opening up into the chest, roll the shoulders back away from the ears and glue the shoulder blades towards each other. Just side stretch, right hip stays on the mat. Walking your left hand in line with your hip and start to rotate your chest forward. Lifting right arm up over your head, stretching to the side. Keep the right hip glued to the floor. Just stretch sideways. Nice. And slowly we come back, hand to the mat, walk the hand to the center. Might be a little bit looser, walking the hands forward just a tiny bit more. And then slowly as we exhale, walking the hands back to the legs, and we roll those shoulders back and down. Nice. Good. So let's bring the knees together. We'll come onto all fours, starting to stack your knees underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders, and then we start to make sure that the fingers are spread, the feet are behind the knees. We step right foot behind, tuck toes, push into the heel, breathe. When you're ready, we're going to lift the foot up and over to your left, tuck your toes into the floor, lengthen. Exhale, we twist, look over towards your toes. Center back to inhale. Release your knee. Other leg, left leg behind, tuck toes, lengthen. Push into the heel, stretch. When you're ready, lift the foot up and over. Tuck the toes into the mat. Exhale, we squeeze towards the right, looking over your shoulder to your toes. Slowly coming back to center. Good. Let's make sure the hands are underneath the shoulders and roll the shoulders back and down. Let's engage the belly, and then we're going to move into happy cat and angry cat. So let's lower the belly to the mat, lift your chin and your tailbone. Exhale, we round the spine to the ceiling, tuck chin and tailbone under. Really push up between the shoulder blades. 2 more. Happy cat, inhale. Angry cat, exhale. Last one, inhale, happy cat. Angry cat, exhale. We're going to add in, inhale, a baby down dog. Chest to thighs. Exhale, all fours. Hands under shoulders. Inhale, happy cat. Exhale, angry cat. Inhale to downward dog. Your knees can still be bent. Exhale, all fours. Last round. Inhale, happy cat. Exhale, angry cat. Inhale to a downward dog. Hands forward. Spread those fingers. Let's stay here. You can walk out your feet. So push one heel to the mat as you bend the opposite knee. Just broaden your shoulders. Spread your fingers. Let your head hang. And then we're going to start to straighten into the legs. So lift high onto tippy toe. Tighten kneecap and thigh. Exhale. Bring your heels to the mat. Push your chest towards your thighs by pressing strongly into the hands. Tightening the upper arms. Pulling the ribs in. We'll stay for another 2 breaths. So just stay in your downward dog. Nice. Good. We're going to walk the feet forward to the hands and see if you can get a hold of your blocks, stacking them underneath your shoulders. We're in a forward fold, about 2 fists between the big toes. Toes are spread. Bring your hands to your blocks to start so we can straighten into the legs. If you're flexible enough to have fingers on the floor with straight legs, great, go for it. Otherwise, hands on the blocks. Let's roll those shoulders back. And see if we can lift the hips a little higher as we tighten kneecaps and thighs and bring the weight halfway between the heels and the balls of the feet. So we want to try and stack hips above knees. Good. Nice. So if you can lower your blocks, you're welcome to do that, or hands straight to the floor now, or keep your blocks directly underneath your shoulders, whichever level suits. 1 more breath. Spread the toes. Big toes press down into the floor. Feet are parallel. Lift your inner arches of your feet. And then we move the blocks out of the way. We're going to hold the backs of the legs and bring the head closer to the legs. Inhale, we're going to come to a flat back. Tighten kneecaps and thighs. Roll your shoulders back. Tuck your chin. Soften the knees, and we're going to roll up, all the way up until we stand. Shoulders back and down. Right, so we're in Tadasana. So again, the toes are spread, the feet are parallel. We lift those inner arches, engage the thighs. Rolling the shoulders back and down, let's extend the fingers towards the floor. Tuck your tailbone a tiny bit as you tighten your belly. Pull your ribs in and grow a little taller. And then we'll pull the chin a little back so ears line up with shoulders. See if we can stand for 2 more breaths. Just be so aware of your feet. Big toe, pinky pressing into the floor. Spine long and shoulders relaxed and broad. Roll the shoulder blades towards each other just a tiny bit more. Nice. Good. And then let's release. Give your legs a shake. We'll move into our tree, but before we do the tree, we're going to do a side stretch. So let's stand nice and firm. If you want to floor and be off your mat, feel free to do that. If you want to move to your wall, be happy and do that as well. Let's first inhale, lift the arms up, holding your left hand with your right hand, or left wrist with your right hand. Let's lengthen. Pull the bellies in, soften the knees just a tiny bit, tighten your glutes, and then we slowly squeeze to your right, reaching over to the right side. Breathe. Inhale back to center. Swap hands, holding the right wrist. Now lengthen. We're going to slowly squeeze left side together, stretching over to the left. Good. And inhale back to center and release the arms. Good. Give the shoulders a roll, and then we'll move into our tree. So hands on the hips, shifting your weight over towards the right side. Let's engage. Standing tall, pull belly in, and slowly when you're ready, floating the left foot up. Bring the foot into your calf, finding a point to balance. Your foot is either into the groin, into the calf, or a toe on the floor. And just have a little bit of compassion for yourself today. Pulling up, and make sure we're standing as tall as we can, not pushing the hip out. Hands to prayer at your heart. Finding your balance, focal point. Left knee moves slightly out to open up into the hip. Breath is slow. Slowly let's release the hands, give the legs a shake. Good, hands to the hips. Let's lift up into the left hip. Really start to spread the toes when you're ready. Engage your belly and float the right foot up again into groin, calf or toe on the floor. Hands slowly move to your heart when you're stable. Just breathe as slowly as possible. Keep pulling belly button in, and see if we can slowly engage that left hip so we stand tall. Right knee moves out to the side. Breath is slow. Nice. Let's slowly release, give the legs a shake, and then we'll move one block to the front of your mat on the right side. We're going to work a bit with warrior two and side angle pose. So starting in the middle of your mat, you can either step or jump your feet nice and wide. So to get the alignment, we're going to slowly lower the fingertips down, lining up the edges of your feet with the fingertips, and then extend into your fingers. Shoulders back and down. We're going to start on the right side, so right foot to 90. Heel cuts middle of left foot, left heel a little out. Square hips and shoulders. Exhale, bend the knee. So let's make sure the ankle is directly underneath the knee. So if you need to adjust, please do. And check that the right knee points towards the middle of your right foot. We're going to roll those shoulders back and down, extend into the fingers for a breath or two. Nice. Let's tuck the left arm behind the back into your opposite hip. Stay for a breath or two. Feel the openness here into the left shoulder now. Good. And then we're going to bring the right hand behind, interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulder blades in towards each other and pull your arms down towards the mat. Good. Keep looking towards your right side, engaging your right leg. Nice. Let's release the arms, extend into the fingertips in line with the shoulders. You can look back and make sure your back arm is also in line with your shoulder. Another breath for warrior two. I know. And then we glide to side angle pose. Right hand to the thigh. Again, left arm tucks behind. Bring it into your hip or your low back as you rotate the left shoulder up. Keep lengthening, lifting up here into the side body. Nice. You're going to take your block now, either at the front of your ankle, so you can push your knee into your arm and your arm pushes your knee back. Or if you want, you can take your block to the back of your foot and see if that opens it up a little bit more. Nice. And now we're going to take left arm up to the ceiling. like we do for triangle, and then over the ear, palm towards the floor. Good. Now we create the long line from the fingertips to the outer edge of your left foot, and then you can let go of your block. Extend finger to the mat, or holding your shin, or using your abs and hover. Nice. Good, let's inhale. Pull up, warrior two. Hands to the hips, straighten the legs, and we're going to turn the toes forward. Bring your block to the left side, front of your mat, so you can grab it easily. Arms out, left foot to 90. Heel cuts middle of right foot. Exhale, bend knee. And then just check again, ankle and knee stacked, hips and shoulders squared. Roll the shoulders back and down. Let's look over the right hand for a breath or two. And if you want to glance down, make sure your knee points towards the middle of your left foot. Good. Let's tuck right arm behind your back, into the hip or the low back. 1 or 2 breaths. Look over the front hand and make sure your shoulders stay over your hips. Good. Let's bring left hand behind your back, interlace. Roll the shoulders in towards each other as we grow tall and pull the fingers towards the floor. Look over the left shoulder again. Good. Nice. Extend into your arms. You can look back and make sure the back arm lines up with your shoulder. Now we glide to the left, left hand to thigh, right arm tucks behind. Lifting up. Good. When you're ready, we're going to take the block in front of the foot, pushing knee up against your arm, or if you want, block at the back of the foot. And again, pushing knee into the arm to see what works. Right arm up, straight up in line with the shoulder like triangle, and then over your head. Good. And then if you want, you can let go of your block, holding on to the calf, or extending the fingers towards the floor and hover. Nice. Inhale, let's pull up warrior two. Straighten those legs, turn the toes forward, jump or step, feet together, give them a good shake. And just bring your block to the back of your mat now, on the right side. Good, so let's make sure we're nice and comfy, shoulders back, hands into the heart, jump or step your feet about the length of your leg apart for triangle pose. Turning right foot to 90. Left heel slightly out, square the hips and shoulders. Engage the thigh, tighten the belly, we glide to your right. Right hand to the thigh, left arm straight up. Good, let's line up. Knee, shoulder, nose and second toe, pushing the hips a little forward and lengthening, lifting up out of the waist. Tighten thighs, tighten belly. If you want, you can slowly look forward. And then if your balance is fine, you can look up, close your top eye, and move your hand until you see your thumb. Good, keep lengthening. One more breath in triangle. And then we'll move to a half moon. So bring hand into hip, bend right knee. Block is about a ruler ahead of your pinky toe, engage your belly. Hop the back foot in. Try to look forward and not down, floating the left foot up, flex into your heel. Keep your chest rotated forward, and if you balance, lifting the left arm. Good, make sure you engage your belly, use your hip muscle to lift your foot in line with your hip, and push into the heel, flex the foot. One more breath. Hand slowly comes down, back to triangle. Straighten front leg and lift your left arm up to full triangle pose. Inhale, we pull up. Nice. Hands to hips, turn your toes forward, swap your block to the back of your left side of your mat. Again, the feet are about the length of the leg apart to start, arms out. Left foot to 90. Heel of right foot slightly out, engage belly. Make sure the legs are tight, we glide to your left. Left hand to shin, right arm starts to lift up. Bring your hips a little forward, shoulders a little back. Lining up nose, knee, second toe, and shoulder. If you want to rotate and look forward, you may, and then if you'd like, If you have the balance, looking up, closing the top eye, and move the arm until you see your thumb. Another breath. Engage these thighs, try not to collapse into the back of your knee. Bring your right hand to your hip, bend the left knee, reaching forward to your block, a little bit ahead of your pinky toe. Looking forward if you can, bring your weight into the left foot. Straighten up into the standing leg, flex your right heel. When you're ready, right arm up to ceiling. Engage belly. Use your hip to lift your foot in line with your hip, flex your heel. Half moon, 2 more breaths. Standing leg is strong. Bring top hand into hip, slowly back to triangle pose. Straightening the front leg and right arm lifts up. Inhale, we pull up. Nice, hands to hips. Turn the toes forward, jump your feet together or step and kick out those legs. Great. All right, so we're going into wide leg forward fold. So you can either use blocks or not. So nice to have the blocks at the shoulders to start. So we're going to step the feet nice and wide this time. Wide, wide, wide. Okay. Turning the toes a little in, heels a little out, hands on the hips, shoulders back, engage. Let's tighten belly and hinge all the way forward. Bring your hands to your blocks, whatever height you need to. So just make sure your blocks are not too far ahead of your shoulders. You want wrists directly underneath shoulders. So finding the spot or the height of blocks that suit you. Highest level, one level down, all the way down, or if you're flexible, hands all the way to the floor. Just make sure that there's no discomfort in this lower back. So we keep engaging inner thighs, pulling the pelvic floor in, pull the belly in and lengthen your spine. Nice, so let's twist. So you can bring block or hand, right hand to the center of chest, left hand to low back, lengthen. Exhale, we twist over to the left. Lifting the left shoulder if the arm is fine or shoulder is fine. Keep the weight in the middle of your feet, so try not to push your butt back and keep your weight in your heels. Bring the weight forward into the toes. Hands come down. Swap. Left hand to center of chest, right hand to lower back. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, twist, lift your right shoulder. When you're ready, right arm can reach up if shoulder allows. And slowly exhale all the way down. Now, if you have your hands on your blocks, you can stay right here. Hands on blocks. Lifting the hips high, engaging the inner thighs and rolling to the edges of your feet. If body allows, you can walk your hands further back. And then everybody can hold onto shins if they like. Let the head hang. Again, bring the weight a little forward, engage the thighs and push into the outer edges of your feet. 2 more breaths. Good, we're going to bring the hands either back to the mat or to the blocks. Wiggle your feet in just a tiny bit. Tighten your belly and inhale, we hinge all the way up to standing. Shoulders back and down. Let's turn heels in, toes out. And as you exhale, sink into your hips for goddess pose, knees to your toes, hands to cactus, arms spread fingers. Pull belly in, grow tall. So making sure that your knees point towards your toes. So try not to be too wide, but also not too narrow. So you want the knees out towards your toes, hips and shoulders stacked, belly pulled in, arms in line with shoulders or elbows in line with shoulders. Fingers spread. 1 more breath in, goddess. Nice. And now we twist. Hands to the thighs. Push your buttocks back, chest forward. Exhale, twist to your right. Bring left shoulder back, right shoulder. Left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Breathe. Keep the chin a little tucked. 1 more breath. Use your inner thigh muscles. Remember not to let go. Slowly come to center. And then twist to the opposite side. Right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. And slowly to center. Straighten up. Step or jump your feet together. Give them a good shake. Nice. All right. So we're at the front of the mat. Into Tadasana. Shoulders back and down. Let's inhale, lift your arms. Tuck your tailbone, exhale, lift your heart, volcano. Center, inhale. Exhale for a swan dive to forward fold. Just hold on to your legs. Inhale, we lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan all the way up to Tadasana. Tighten belly, tuck tailbone, exhale, volcano. Center, inhale. Swan dive, exhale to forward fold. Flat back, inhale, fold, exhale, reverse swan all the way up, inhale, tuck your tailbone, exhale, volcano, inhale, center, swan dive, exhale to forward fold, inhale to flat back, exhale, inhale, reverse swan all the way up, we're going to add in, exhale, volcano, inhale, center, exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Plant hands, inhale to down dog. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step walk or jump forward. And tuck in. Flat back, inhale. Fold, exhale. Reverse swan all the way up. Exhale, volcano. Inhale, center. Swan dive, exhale. Inhale, downward dog. Heels down, exhale. Inhale, look forward, exhale. Step walk, jump forward. Tuck in. Flat back, inhale. Fold, exhale, reverse swan all the way up. Last round. Exhale, volcano. Center, inhale. Swan dive, exhale. Forward fold. Plant hands, inhale, down dog. And we stay for 2 breaths. Breathe. Ease your heels down. Pull your ribs in. Push your chest closer to thighs by pressing your palms into the floor. Head hangs. 1 more breath. And then we come down onto all fours and sit facing forward. So just make sure your blocks are safely out of your way. Your legs are nice and wide. So let's remove all the trapped skin from underneath you. Sitting tall. We'll twist. So bring your left hand forward, right hand behind your back. Lengthen, inhale by pressing your hands down into the floor and press your thighs down. Flex your feet. Exhale, twist to your right. Relax your shoulders. Nice. Sit tall. Tuck your chin a tiny bit. Back arm is nice and close to your spine. 1 more breath. Good. Come slowly to center. Swap the hands. Right hand in front, left arm behind. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, twist. Keep the shoulders back. Press your knees into your floor. And lengthen, tuck your chin. Nice. Slowly we come to center, shoulders back, hands behind you. Keep your toes pointing up, press your knees into the mat, roll the shoulder blades in and hinge at the hips as you walk your hands a little forward. Tuck the chin, lengthen the spine. Breathe. So keep the spine long, keep rolling the shoulders back, press your knees in. And then if you want, you can step your hands to your legs. We lift up, front of body stretch, exhale, bend the elbows and hinge a little forward towards the mat or the floor. Keep your toes pointing straight up. Keep your spine long. Nice. Slowly come back to center. As we roll up, we're going to go into a counter pose, so gently bring your knees together. You can swing your legs around, be on your mat, Reverse tabletop if you want to, feet on the floor. Inhale, hips lift up. Your head can roll back if the neck is fine. And stay for a few breaths. Those who want more, the legs can be straight, heels pressed into the floor. Inhale, lift your hips, tighten your belly, open the chest. Reversed plank. One more breath. And exhale, lower the buttocks. Nice. And then we'll twist. I'm facing forward. You can stay as you are. We're going to straighten the legs into Dandasana, removing the trapped skin. We start by sitting tall. Right leg folds in. Hug your knee. Left leg floats a little to center of the body. Keep the leg active as you step right foot up and over. Right big toe into the mat. Right buttock onto the floor. Grow tall. Inhale. We take right hand behind, left arm around the knee. And then on your exhale, we twist. Make sure your right hip is on the mat. The shoulders are relaxed and spines are long. Breathe. Those who want more can take left arm up, hook outside the knee. Exhale, deepen into a deeper twist, making a stop sign with the left hand. Just be careful of shoulders and lower back, otherwise keep holding. Try not to lean or tip to one side. Left leg stays active. One more breath. Slowly come back to center. Unravel your legs. Good. From here, left leg bends in. Hug the knee, right leg slides a little in, left foot up and over. Sitting tall, taking left hand behind, right arm wraps around the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we twist. Bring back hand close to your spine to sit tall. Keep left hip on the floor. Those who want, left arm, right arm up. Hook outside the knee and then deepen your twist by making a stop sign. Try not to lean over, away from your hips. So try to keep both hips on the floor. So otherwise just keep holding onto the knee. 2 more breaths. Nice. Slowly let's unravel. Unravel the legs, give them a good shake. And then again you can turn to face a short edge of mat. We're going to roll all the way down onto the backs. Working with the bridge pose. So step your feet nice and close to buttocks. Knees in line with hips and toes pointing straight ahead. If you can touch the backs of your feet, that's great, but don't stress. Palms pressed into the floor. We're going to make sure the neck is long. Tuck your chin and look straight up. Inhale. Push into your heels as you lift your hips nice and high. Good. When you're ready, if you want to, either leave your hands where they are or bring your hands underneath your body. Interlace. Press the pinkies and the forearms into the mat as you walk your shoulders slowly in underneath you. Press your big toes down. Push your heels down. Lift your hips higher. Good. Stay for a few breaths. Stabilize the knees. Make sure the inner thighs are nice and stable. 2 more breaths. And then unravel. Slowly roll down all the way until you're flat on your back. Release the shoulders. When you're ready, we're going to hug the knees in, hold the shins and rock from side to side. Nice. Good. Let's slowly release the feet to the floor. We'll do an eagle legs twist. So arms in line with the shoulders, letter T. Right leg up to ceiling, cross over left. Squeeze thighs. If you want to tuck your toes, please feel free. And slowly exhale, knees to your left. Relax the right shoulder, roll your head to the right. Stay for a few breaths. Just allow the lower back and hip to stretch and release, and stretch across chest and shoulder. On the next inhale, bring your head back to center. Exhale, roll onto your back. Unravel your legs. Shuffle the back around. When you're ready, left leg up to ceiling, cross over right. Squeeze the thighs. If you want to tuck your toes, do. Slowly exhale, lower knees to your right side. If you want to roll the head to the left, relax the left shoulder. Allow the hip and the shoulder to stretch. Just release the neck. Try not to hold tension. And stay for a few breaths. Come back to center. Inhale, exhale, roll onto your back. Unravel your legs. Hug your knees back in and rock from side to side. Nice. From here we're going to twist with the belly or using the abs. So arms back in line with shoulders, letter T. Tighten your belly. Really press your whole back into the mat. Pull your belly button to your spine. Flex your feet. Glue your knees. Exhale. Roll the knees to the left shoulder. Keep hovering. Inhale, roll to center on the back. Keep your belly pulled in. Exhale, knees to your right elbow. Inhale to center. I'm going to do one more like this. Exhale to your left. Pull your belly button in towards the spine. Inhale to center. And exhale, roll over to the right side. Inhale to center. Halfway bend to the legs if you wish, or straighten all the way if your lower back allows, or stay as you were. Belly pulled in, spine pressed into the floor. Exhale, lower the knees towards the left elbow and hover. Inhale to center. Exhale, legs all the way over to the right and hover. Pull belly in. Inhale, center. One more to each side. Exhale to your left. Inhale to center. Exhale to your right. Inhale, center. Slowly hug your knees all the way in. As you exhale, roll all the way to the left. Bring your legs towards the floor. All the way down. Holding onto your leg with your left hand. Slowly roll your head over to the right and just relax. 2 breaths. Let's bring the heads back to center on the next inhale. Release your hand. Exhale, roll onto your back. Keep the belly pulled in as you slowly lower the legs all the way over to the right side, all the way to the floor. And then you can hold on with your right hand onto your leg. Relax the left arm out to the side. Rolling your head to the left and relax. 2 breaths. Next inhale, bring your head to center. As you exhale, release your hand and roll onto your back. Place your feet onto the floor a little wider than your hips and move your knees over to the left as you exhale. Lift up, inhale. Exhale to the right. Lift up, inhale. 2 more to each side. Just release the back. Nice. Coming back to center, we're going to give the body a nice stretch. So extend your legs overhead, arms overhead. Give yourself a beautiful stretch. And relax. And then it's time for Shavasana. So if you want socks or tops, please feel free to pop those on. I am going to put my socks on. So just make sure you'll be warm for the next little while. So jackets, socks, tops, whatever you need to be comfortable for the next while. And then once you're ready, we're going to roll onto the back again and settle in. So your choice, once you're on your back, legs extended, one foot at each corner of your mat, your hands resting next to you and tucking your chin. Or if your back is a little tired, the feet are on the floor, the knees are bent. You wiggle your feet a little wider than hips and allow the knees to touch, flopping in towards each other. Closing the eyes. Nice deep inhale. Sigh as you exhale. 2 more. Nice deep inhale. Sigh. Exhale. Last time. Deep inhale. And sigh. And then just return to a natural breath. We're going to do a few rounds of the equal breath again. So we'll inhale for a count of 4. And exhale for a count of 4. Continue for a few rounds. And if you'd like, you can lengthen your inhale to 5 and exhale to 5. Two more rounds. And then just release your counting. And return to a natural breath. Once again, just noticing movements of chest and belly. Allowing your legs to relax now from heels all the way to hips. Buttocks relaxed. Relax the back all along the spine. Between your eyebrows. Relax your belly and your chest. Starting to allow the shoulders to melt towards your mat and relax down your arms all the way to the fingertips. Moving into the neck and the throat, release all the tension you're holding. Allow the face to relax now, completely relax. Smoothing out the forehead, relax around eyes and mouth. Back of head is relaxed. Mind is still. And for a few moments, let go completely. Relax. Slowly deepen your breath. Allow belly to rise and fall. Chest to expand and contract. Very slowly start to notice the mat beneath you and start to listen to sounds around you. Become aware of the room around you. And when you're ready, wiggling toes, moving fingers, and rub the tip of your thumb over the tips of each of your fingers. Then when you're ready, reaching arms over your head, give yourself a stretch, reaching into fingertips and toes. Exhale, sigh. Another stretch, inhale. Exhale, sigh. And a last stretch as you inhale. Exhale, sigh. Just a closing quote from Donna Farhi. When we feel connected to the vastness of life and are confident of life's abundance, we are naturally generous and able to practice the third yama, non-stealing, Ashteya. So you may hug your knees to your chest, you may rock from side to side, and when you're ready, rolling over to the right side, rest head onto arm and blink a couple of times. Adjust your eyesight to light. And then when you're ready, you may lift yourselves to seated and you may sit in any position that's comfy. Nice, guys. Let's sit tall, arms out. Inhale, we reach up, all the way up, connect the palms. And slowly lower hands all the way to the heart. Tipping chin to chest, acknowledging the beautiful light that is you. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be